Today we assemble here next to Lord Nelson, not really to hold a public meeting, but to visit this area and to make the call for Barbados to remove Lord Nelson from our National Hero Square.
This report of 1997-1998, they were clear that Lord Nelson's statue would be removed, but they were seeking a suitable space to place the Lord Nelson statue. So I am not going to come here to relitigate this case again. I'm going to simply ask the government that was empowered then, the government that created the commission, the government that accepted the recommendations of the commission, whether they are retreating from the position they held before, given the utterances of the minister.
Take down Nelson! Take down Nelson! Take down Nelson! Take down Nelson!
Right now the troops doing the campaigning now. Let's go to the black light.
They die with a honey, if they die with a honey black people do it right. We let the people and think so. Die with a enough in there. The honey they can walk there right with that.
Kill me, oh boy, kill me, send me regular.
Move that statue.
distinguished Barbadians all. And I kind of feel funny backing you, so if these streets could talk, if these streets could talk, they'd be telling us a lot of stories this evening. They'd be telling us the stories of those who wondered whether they were lucky or whether they were truly condemned when they moved from the boats to the shore of this nation. They would remember those who didn't make it. And they would come to understand that everything that they held dear, the love for one another, their gods, their ability to speak truth to each other, that all of these things would have been taken from them and would continue to be taken from them in this alien land that they would now call home. If these streets could talk, they would tell us very clearly that this statue that we move here today really reflected an assertion of power, of dominance on those who could say that England was saved, but for whom and by whom. If these streets could talk, they would tell us that almost a century, more than a century after this statue was placed there, that across the river there were those who gathered to begin the exercise of claiming back modern Barbados in the 20th century. It is important that we understand that those who went before us ran their leg of the relay race to allow you to walk these streets free. But are you really free? And are you really free until your mind is liberated? Anybody who knows my phones will tell you that I keep a picture of Bob Marley as my screensaver to remind me always that the mission of our generation is the mental emancipation of our people. And that while Bob popularized it, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, who had acolytes in this country as well, before the riots, would have told us that this was part and parcel of our obligation. And yet, almost 100 years after Marcus Mosiah Garvey declared those words, we continue to fight for mental emancipation. This evening is pregnant with emotion. And it's pregnant with emotion because life is never as easy as black and white, and certainly our history is not as easy as black and white. Our history has us asserting ourselves as we move forward as an independent nation, recognizing that a country that was almost 20 years old as an independent nation had a difficulty having something called emancipation lectures. And the notion that an independent country could have conversations as to whether they could have a series of lectures in tribute to those who fought for emancipation and who became emancipated is something that we who now stand today may have difficulty understanding, because for us there has never been any doubt that we are as good as any other human being that walks this earth.